We're continuing with our proofs booklet on page 10, the hypotenuse leg, or HL, proof number 2. You can pause this video now and try and work out this proof, and then play the video to check and see if you put everything in the right spots, or follow along with me. The given information says that segment PR is perpendicular to segment SQ and PQ is congruent to PS. So let's mark those things in the diagram. PR is perpendicular to SQ. That means I mark my right angle symbol for each of those angles, and PQ is congruent to PS. And we have a shared side again, so let's go ahead and mark that with 2 markings. Statements, start with PR is perpendicular to SQ, and that is a given statement. Next, PQ is congruent to PS, again, a given statement. Let's go ahead and cross these off. PQ and PS, and given. And lastly, I'll put in, for that last statement, triangle PRQ is congruent to triangle PRS. And now these 3 statements in between. The markings help so much. We just marked these 2 right angles, and so let's go ahead and look for something indicating that each of these angles is a right angle. So perhaps we can just jump to the fact that they are congruent. So PRQ and PRS are congruent. Here it is. PRQ and PRS are right angles. That's the one we want. Let's say that first. Angle PRQ and angle PRS are right angles. And that is the definition of perpendicular. It creates those 2 right angles. Next, we'll say that they're congruent to each other. So angle PRQ is congruent to angle PRS, and that is because all right angles are congruent. Let's see, all right angles are congruent. Now we'll go ahead and say what we marked earlier, that PR is congruent to PR by the reflexive property and finally we'll say that the reason these 2 triangles are congruent is because of HL, hypotenuse leg. Hypotenuse leg. So a reminder, the hypotenuse is the side that is opposite the right angle. So you can see that the hypotenuse in the first triangle is congruent to the hypotenuse in the second triangle. And then you just need to identify a leg, which would be either the shared side or SR and QR. In this case, it's the shared side. So we have a hypotenuse and we have a leg, and a hypotenuse and a leg. So the 2 triangles are indeed congruent, and we proved it.